Yo guys, welcome to a new video on the Team Gullit channel, and in this video I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know about goalkeeper movement in EAFC 24. So first of all, obviously we need to know the controls. How do you move your goalkeeper? There are two different ways to move your goalkeeper. The first one is by using R3, so your right analog stick. You need to press your right analog stick, as you can see in these examples in my controller input. You need to press it, and then you can move it to the left, to the right, back, forward, whatever you want. But it's really important to press it and hold it then. As you can see in these clips, it's really good. Obviously a mind game with your opponent. Is he gonna shoot the trivela, for example? Is he gonna shoot the finesse? For example, in one-on-ones, is he gonna go for the far post, for the near post? These are obviously all mind games, but there are a lot of ways and a lot of situations where you need to move your goalkeeper. And in this video, I will show you all these situations. So, first of all, we're going to start with the long shots. And talking about long shots, I'm obviously talking about the trivela, which is patched, but obviously you still need to be aware of it. And when your opponent has the angle for it, you should still move your goalkeeper. So, first of all, we have the trivela. And then afterwards, we're going to talk about the finesse. So let's jump into the trivela first. As you can see in these clips, my opponent is trying to shoot a trivela. It's really important to just move your goalkeeper a tiny bit then. In these clips, he's at the right side most of the times. So I know he has a right-footed player. I need to move my goalkeeper to the left, or for the goalkeeper to the right, but from our POV to the left. It's just really important to move it a little bit, because if you move the goalkeeper, the shot will somehow get worse as well. This is just something that is in the game. It's just a mechanic. If you ask a lot of pros and coaches about this, they will 100% agree with me. If you just move the goalkeeper, it doesn't even matter which way. Most of the times, it will make the shot worse. So that's it for the trivela. Let's jump over to the finesse. Obviously, the finesse hasn't been patched in the EAFC 24. It's still really effective, and obviously even more with the players with the finesse plus playstyle. It's the same as for the trivela, but then the other way around. When your opponent has a right-footed player, for the finesse, he needs to be at the left side. Then you need to move the goalkeeper to the right side, obviously from the goalkeeper's POV to the left. As mentioned by the trivela, it's just important to move it a tiny bit at least. Obviously, it's even better when you really read him and you have the time to move it. But also, if you can move it last moment, make sure to do that on these finesses as well. As you can see in these clips, not every time I'm in time, but because I'm still in time to move it a tiny bit, it makes the shots worse, and I think that's why the goalkeeper saves it. Then next, we have 1v1 goalkeeper movement. Obviously, this is just a mind game. Is your opponent going to go far post or near post? You never really know, but you can just try to predict and get into his head. As you can see in these clips, I go for the far post the first 2 times. I read my opponent. The next time, my opponent knows I'm going to go to the far post. So I'm going to move my goalkeeper to the near post next time. I read him again. And obviously you don't want to come in this situation too often, because this means your opponent creates a lot of chances. But when you get into these positions, you can get the maximum out of it just by reading your opponent. And obviously it's different for every game, but the thing I would recommend here is to don't move too early, but once you move, just go for it all the way. Like when you decide to go far post, just go for it. And if he shoots there, you will save it. And if he doesn't, it's alright. He had a big chance, maybe he deserved the goal. All you can do then is go all or nothing, in my opinion, and just go full for the far post or just go full for the near post. Next up, we have free kicks. I think free kicks sometimes are just undefendable. The only way to defend them then is by moving your goalkeeper and putting a player on the line. Obviously, you don't need to put them in the same corner. As you can see in these clips, I move my goalkeeper to one side and I put a player on the line on the other side. Most of the times, I put my goalkeeper on the side of the wall. So I put him a bit more to the right when my wall is at the right, and I put my player on the line on the left, and obviously the other way around. I think it's important to just practice this, because you will notice soon enough how far you can move him. Something I would also recommend is to move him a little bit back and put him like really on the line. I noticed the goalkeeper makes a bit more of saves than for free kicks, so that's something I would recommend. But you should also just practice and experience what you like yourself. I think everybody has a bit of a personal preference on how to move the goalkeeper for free kicks. Me personally, the best way I think to defend it is to move your goalkeeper a little bit back, a bit further to the corner he is in already, and put a player on the line on the other corner, so you have the best chance of defending a free kick. we jump over to corner kicks. Obviously, we all hate conceding corner kicks. I think the meta at the moment, they try to take it short and cross it back post, or they're trying to give it first post. The thing you should do when they trying to give it first post, as you can see in these clips, the goalkeeper is being moved forward. This makes it harder for my opponent to cross it in there. He's probably trying to drag a Van Dijk to first post and head it in, or a Haaland. I just try to drag my keeper to the first post then. Obviously, when you see your opponent is giving it back post, you can just move him back to the line, because I think those headers back post, the chance to go in is way worse. So I would just always try to predict it first post, and if you see your opponent is changing it up, just move him back on the line. But first of all, just try and secure that first post, because these corners first posts are so dangerous, and you can just avoid them by moving your goalkeeper. Then, the thing I already mentioned for corners, I think a lot of people are also like playing it short and then going back post. The thing I do, and most pros when I talk about, for example, Emre and also Manu from Team Gullit, we move the goalkeeper then by making use of double triangle. The goalkeeper goes really far, so don't get scared about that. You perform it by pressing your triangle 2 times, and the second time you press it, you need to hold it. As you can see, your goalkeeper is moving as Spider-Man, like really quick. But this way it's also really unpredictable for your opponent, because you don't need to move it too early. When you see the crosses coming in, you press double triangle, and as you can see in these clips with Ter Stegen, it's an easy catch. I would also recommend to practice this, recommend both R3 goalkeeper movement and obviously double triangle for like crosses like these. That's basically it for goalkeeper movement. Hope you guys learned a lot. If you still need any help regarding goalkeeper movement, make sure to let me know in the comments. Drop a like, thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.